Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Just going to pull in here a minute. I've done a whole load of rolling. I've rolled the steep field over there, and I've done a little bit of the other field. I've left some of the rougher patches, and I thought I would just come over here and take a look in here, because if you have a quick look back through, you will see that we have 60 eggs in the coop. So we could really do with picking some up. I do keep forgetting about the eggs over here. It's a lot easier in Goldcrest, obviously, because they're right there next to where we go all the time. But these, we don't often go past them, so I should try to remember them a little more often. So I've finished all of the sowing. I've done most of the rolling, and I've also, you will probably notice, done a whole heap of jobs as well to earn some extra money. We now have €250,000. So I did quite a lot of jobs, and I actually only did them on 2 fields. I did the 2 fields down next to the yard, field 23 and field 25. I just did some harvesting, ploughing, cultivating, planting, and so on, just in those 2 fields, and this is what I've ended up with. So let me just finish picking up these eggs. The question I asked you last week was, did you want me to sell the small stock trailer and upgrade it to the big stock trailer? And I had quite a lot of people answer the question. We had 2,169 votes on that one. So thank you very much to everybody that voted. There's a huge number of people that voted there. There we go. Sorry, I was just trying to find the auto. What's it? Is it? Yeah. Anyway, trying to find the button to accelerate. Yeah, not the accelerator, but the other one, the maximum speed one. I can't remember the name of the button now. Absolutely has completely slipped my mind. Oh well. So yeah, we had the 2,169 people that voted, and of the 2,169, 571 of you felt that I should keep the small trailer and save my money a little while, and 1,598 people think that I should sell the small trailer and buy the big one. So we will be doing that. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just coming down here because there was a suggestion by a few people. Or first of all, we had this one up here it was dealership, I think. I had a few people that were explaining to me what it was. But where are we? Yes, right, this one here. And now I thought that it was like universal, but a few people told me that it's actually Belarus, the type of tractor, and it's very popular in Eastern Europe. This type of tractor, you see quite a few of them, and I've been considering buying this one, but it's 88 horsepower, so it's a fairly strong. Oh no, sorry, it's 104 horsepower. It's a nice strong tractor, and I've been told that it is very, very common over in Eastern Europe. And then you've got that one there, that old Zetor. So I had a few people ask me if I could get an old Zetor and put that one on the rollers. And then I had another few people ask me if I could get the Belarus because it's so popular, it would be perfectly fitting for this map. And I've also said that I'd like to get this one, another strong Eastern European contender. So what I'm actually going to do, first of all, is we're going to buy this one here, the Belarus tractor. And so select. Now there's no options available on this one. The one thing that I liked over this Zetor rather than the other one is that this one comes complete with the front weight. But we've got 2 Zetors already, and I know a few people have said they don't particularly like Zetors and they'd like me to get some variation, so I'm going to get this one. So if we buy that one, there we go, and come out. But before I go very much further, my question. Oh no, I want to be back in here. There we go. There is our new tractor. So we'll just take a quick look at that one. I don't know what they look like in real life. I haven't really looked at them. But that axle there, the front axle, does seem to be a very long way forward. I would say that possibly the model isn't all that accurate. That is my guess. I would say that actually the wheels are supposed to be a little bit further back than that. So I'm going to reserve judgment on that. If the wheels are in the wrong place on this particular model, I mean, if you have a look, it is right up against that axle, and it seems unlikely that they would come down. Now, they are 4-wheel drive. You can see that with the The tyres, they don't make wheels that big on a tractor that doesn't have four-wheel drive, and you can see the drive shaft there going all the way along. And it does come up to the front. The drive shaft does come up to the front there. So maybe this is right. So I'll reserve judgment on that bit, but the rest of it looks good. You got the number plates on there. So far, I would say, if the front axle is accurate, we'll give this a 5 out of 5. If the front axle is not accurate, it's definitely going to have to lose points. There's no other options on there, so it's nice and simple. Let's take a look in cab a minute. Very simple layout. You got the double gear sticks there, which is sort of standard in a lot of small tractors. I'm very familiar with that kind of layout. You got the hydraulic controls, draft control, and so on. And I imagine right behind the seat would be the control for the actual hitch. Something else I was told is that, yes, it does actually have it on here by the look of it. You look at the hitch. The hitch is very different to what I'm used to on an English tractor. You've got a high point hitch there, which has also got the top link on it. But then the other hitch is connected to the hydraulic arms, which to me is quite unusual. But I've been told that that is kind of a common configuration in quite a few Eastern European tractors. So yeah, it's quite an interesting sort of approach. So we'll take this one on up. This does 34 kilometers an hour, which isn't bad at all, really. It's not a bad speed. Sounds pretty good. Let's come outside. Black smoke belching. That looks pretty good. I like that. I like the look of that. See, it does look a little peculiar with the wheels that far forward. Anybody that has used these tractors in real life, please let me know. Is that accurate, or should those wheels be a little bit further back? They look slightly out of place to me. I've spent so many years driving tractors of all shapes and sizes. That doesn't feel right to me. It just looks like it's a little bit too far forward. It looks like you could easily knock that front axle with something. If you struck a corner with it, it would be a lot easier to strike something with those wheels than if the axle was further back, in which case it could result in the axle being damaged and broken off. And I was told that these tractors were built because for being sturdy and strong and very reliable. So yeah, I would really like to know that, and if it is wrong, it is a real shame, because the rest of it I like the black smoke and everything. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting completely sidetracked. My question for this week is, I have got some pigs. I will just quickly stop driving and I will show you. So we got 42 pigs at the moment. We've got 19 cows. We're going to expand cows. We're going to expand on the sheep as well. I'm going to get all three animals running. But I want to get the pigs up and running first. I want to get as many as we can. And I've been saying for quite a long time that we're going to go for 100 pigs and then start selling anything over 100 pigs. But I've found now on the time-lapse series that once you reach 100 pigs, it's actually very easy to get more than 100. And getting those extras over 100 can make a significant difference to money. So my question this week is quite simple. How many pigs do you want me to get? Do you want me to go for my original plan of 100 pigs? Or would you like me to increase that? The options I'm going to give you are go for 100 pigs, don't sell any until we've reached 200, don't sell until we've reached 300, or go all the way up to 400 pigs. Now I realise that 400 pigs is going to be quite difficult to start with, so we may not necessarily stick with 400 right at the beginning. However, 400 is definitely a target that we would go for, probably a little bit later on. Probably not a good idea to smash their fences down. I want to bring this one over a little bit. And I was wanting to do this because I thought this tractor would actually be really good to go on the rollers, for a start. And also, I want to try the hired help on it and see how it copes with the really rough ground and the rollers. I think this could be quite entertaining. So, it is particularly rough ground. You can see that, the way that it's pulling over it. But look at that. It's doing a good job with it. It is doing a very good job with it. And I like the way... there we go. There's the really rough patches. Beautiful. It seems to have coped with it just fine. It hasn't had any troubles with that. Going to spin round now. The rest of it's fairly straightforward. That's really the only rough patch that we've got. You've got to go round the outside a few times in order to get it done right, but generally that is the only issue that we got. So we've now got 3 tractors on our farm as well, which is also going to be a really good thing. So yes, 100 pigs, 200 pigs, 300 pigs, or 400 pigs. It's your vote, it's your game. How many would you like me to earn? How many would you like me to get before I actually start selling any pigs at all? Do you want me to try and get on there fairly quickly? I mean, 100 we can get fairly soon. I'm hoping to buy a few more today just to boost the numbers a bit. If we go for more than... I actually have got the time scale wrong. I've still got it on times 1 because I don't want the crop to come through. So we'll wait until the rolling is finished before we go back to our usual time scale. And I've chosen not to set the time to 0. The growth speed to 0, turning off the growth speed, which is an option, but if we do that it messes with all of the neighbours' crops, so I didn't really want to do that, so we'll just set it to 0. As soon as this rolling is finished we can set it back to our normal timescale. But anyway, yes, the 100, 200, 300 or 400 pigs is your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section and let us know which one you're voting for, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote. In the top right hand corner there should be a little white circle with an I in the middle, as long as I've actually remembered to do it. I forgot yesterday's episode, which was absolutely appalling, but I did manage to correct it after less than 2 hours. I was quite proud of that. Right, next task that we've got is I'm going to head back down to the bottom and we're going to sell that stock trailer that we've got, and we're going to be buying a new one. Probably should clean this tractor off a bit first because it is absolutely lagged in filth and it's getting a little bit difficult to see outside of it. Oops, no, I didn't want to get back in the tractor, I want to clean the tractor. Our stock trailer is in there. We will grab that one and we'll run up to the shop. I'm not actually going to tow the new trailer with this tractor because, like I said before, I would really like to get that Kirovets. I know that it is another 78,000 euros. So we are eating into our money that we've got quite considerably if we get that one as well. However, I think it's worth it. I won't be earning any more money in between episodes for now. It'll probably be... like I said previously, I'll mostly do that sort of in between each week, so we'll have a bit of money. And I'm not necessarily going to do as much as I did this time. I did do quite a lot this time, so we have got a big sort of cash injection. But doing it too much kind of feels a little bit cheaty, and so I don't want to abuse it, but at the same time I want to keep things moving. So let's just go in here now and we'll hitch this one up. Problem is I've now got to get over the hole. I can drive over it like this, but if I try to... Actually, let's come down here. Let's just see. Oop, because of the camera mod, it's a bit difficult. But if I just drive now over it, let's see how much it sinks in. It doesn't sink in very much on the back wheels, but it did then on the front wheel. If I come back round like that, there he goes, right over, and he's down on the front weight. I don't want to get stuck in there. It would be, I think it would be quite possible if you drove and you weren't being very careful, you could easily get stuck right into the inspection pit there. And I still think that there is a possibility that this could be a sheep dip because of the house and everything, but I'm going to bow to sort of the conventional, well, I say conventional, popular vote. I will bow to the popular vote and say we'll call it the inspection pit, and that's what we'll use it for. So we will stick our tractors over there occasionally and actually use it as an inspection pit. And I was considering getting the mod where you can repair your vehicles, and so we could put them over the inspection pit before we actually repair our vehicles. I'm not sure I'll use that on all of my maps, but I think it could be quite good on this one, coupled up with that inspection pit. It could be... certainly could be something interesting for us to do, but that will be possibly next week. We'll wait and see. I'm just going to nip up to the shop and then we can get our new trailer. Something else I said that I was going to do from last week was we attempted to do a little bit of weeding, and then we weren't able to do it because I had the wrong wheels on, and I said that I was actually considering buying a garage and installing it down at the yard so that we could change our wheels quickly and easily. I'm still not sure about that one at the moment. We'll get a few other things, and I am actually going to change the tyres on this tractor now, and I could actually go and set the weeder going before we take a look at our new trailer. And then that's another task that's done, and we don't need to worry about it later on. I think that'll be a good way forward. Right, so this one is going to get us 21,300 euros. Okay, and I will just quickly back this one in and... See, if you only put the wheel in over, then you can leave the front weight hitched on. I think you can. Yes. Right, so now I come here and I go wheels set up, narrow tyres. Of course, we've got to pay the 1,000 euros for this. I can increase the horsepower of the engine by 20 for another 10,000 euros. Is it worth doing it? I don't think it is. I don't think it is worth the extra expense. Okay, so let's customize that. Yes. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't leave the front weight attached, because it's there. It does all sorts of crazy things, and that front weight is now underneath the ground. I wonder if I'm hoping that it will actually let us hitch it up. If it won't, I'm going to have to find it and is it going to let us hitch? No. Right, I'm going to have to find that one. I'm going to have to reset it, and hopefully it will actually reset properly. And then I will get this tractor down and put it onto the weeder, and we can get started with that. And then we can buy our new trailer. I have come all the way down here. So yeah, I had to reset that front weight, which is precisely why you should always take the front weights off before you make any modifications to the tractors, because it does tend to make them go a little bit loopy. I'm not quite sure why. They do dance around quite a bit, even when you don't have anything on them. Sometimes they will do some very, very strange things before they finally will just sit there with their brand new wheels on, or whatever it is that you've done to them. I haven't been able to quite figure it out, and I think possibly what it is that the game removes the tractor from the... the game completely removes the tractor, and then puts a new one in its place, and so it doesn't like having anything attached to it. So it's removed it and then it's dropped the new one in place, but it's trying to put it in the spot that you had, instead of putting it into like the, you know, where it kind of slots them in up at the shop. It's nice and easy, but when you're doing it as a repair, it's trying to put it back in the same place that the other one was, and it doesn't really like it. That's my best guess, but I'm not entirely sure. So if anybody knows any better, then you, by all means, let us know and correct my ignorance on it. I really do hate being wrong. I really hate not knowing for certain. So yeah, if anybody does know exactly why the tractors go completely crazy when you change them over, especially if they got something attached, yeah, please fill me in. I would love to find out. Right, the Belarus has finished its task up at the top, so I'm just going to move it off the field. I'll leave it up there for now. We will get that back later. Those rollers are really, really slow. I'll probably leave them up there, and then after the harvest, those fields up there will be the first ones that we roll. Possibly, I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't committed myself to anything. In the meantime, I'm going to head back to the shop. I'm going to buy that new Kirovets tractor. I'll tell you what, we could order it now. We'll just use our PDA, and here... So you got the main colour. Now I'm going to stick with the standard colour. The wheel setup that you've got is twin wheels or standard. Twin wheels are fantastic. We used these back in FS15 on our old times map, and we were using the twin wheels for doing the ploughing. Absolutely fantastic, but I don't think it's going to be any good for road work, and that's what we wanted to start with, is we wanted to do some road work. So we'll just go with standard, and we'll buy this for 78,000 euros. That is a massive amount of money. So I will go up and get this tractor, and I will also buy the new trailer. I did have a few people telling me that we should get a different trailer. We shouldn't get that one. We should get this one here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go for this one here, and I will get a dolly to go with it. I think we'll actually get the double wheel dolly to go with it. I think it would actually work out better considering what we were experiencing in Goldcrest. But anyway, I'll get this, and then I'll meet you up at the shop. There we go. A brand new Kirovets tractor. Look at that. That is an absolute beast. The mainstay of Russian agriculture for many years, I was told. And the thing that I like about this is that it's a right-hand drive machine. And in the UK, this is what we have. We have right-hand drive machines. I'm assuming that that is actually the clutch over on that side, and that is the brake and the accelerator over there, I think. I would assume so. I can't imagine that the pedals would be back to front. So, yes, a nice left-hand drive machine, and let's just start it up. I'll come outside to do this. There we go. There's a big old engine on that thing. And is there any other options on it? So, vehicle... No, we just... Could you... I don't know if you can hear that. You might have to turn your volume up, so I'll stop talking for just a second. Right. I don't know if you heard that. It's like just like buzzing in the background. It's like that the machine has deliberately been made as an old second-hand machine and is actually short-circuiting slightly when you're pressing the horn. That's such a fantastic little detail, that is. That is absolutely brilliant. Now, I was told that the issue that we were sort of experiencing with the dolly in Goldcrest was partly because it was only a single wheel, a single axle, and so the trailer was actually a little bit too heavy for a single axle. So we're going to try a double axle on this one and see how we fare with it. I don't know what it will be like. It's nice and easy to back that one up. No trouble there. Put that one on and let's just have a look. Seem to be any issues. I can't see it sort of jumping up anywhere. Of course, now we've got the problem. This tractor is fantastic. It's a huge amount of power on board. However, it's quite slow. So even though we can soon drag this trailer wherever we want to, it's going to take a little while because of the lack of speed that the Kirovets can provide us. So I'm going to slowly make my way over to the animal dealership, and we'll see about buying some more pigs. If you're outside of the cab, you know that it's going slow, but it doesn't feel so bad. If you jump inside the cab, it suddenly feels like you're actually going slower. I don't know why it would be like that, but it does genuinely feel like it's going slower at the moment. I will, I'll park up the animal dealership. I will set the hired help doing the other field so that we get them both weeded, and then we can set our timescale back onto normal, and then we can buy some pigs. Right, the Kirovets and the stock trailer. So let me just open up the back, press N, and that lifts up the cover, opens up the slat so that you've got some breathing room for the animals in there. Press R. So we want pigs. We want lots and lots of pigs. And so you just mouse over buy, and then all you got to do is use the scroll button. Scroll up through. 63,000 euros for 21 pigs. Confirm. Yes. Right, that'll still leave us with 40,000, so we could go and buy 10 sheep with that if we wanted to. Let's just have a look at our pigs. There we go. Going all over the place here. So we got 10 pigs in here. We are obviously going to have a little less food available for them, but we should hopefully have enough to sort of tide them over until the next harvest. And I'm hoping that the next harvest will provide enough food all round to take us right up to whatever number it is that you all decide that you would like me to get. So I'm going to drive these up there today, but I don't think we're going to actually have time to empty them out. I know I've been doing a lot of just sort of driving around, but we have bought all of these new machines. So I've got plans for the Kirovets. I'm going to need to buy a new plough soon, because we want to join those fields together over there, and I don't think the plough we've got is particularly brilliant. So we're going to get a nice big plough and stick it onto this bad boy. We won't be able to get the biggest one. I'm thinking one of those chisel ploughs. So that's today's topic of conversation. What do you think of me getting one of the chisel ploughs for this one? Now, I think that those chisel ploughs are actually an American thing, a US style plough. I know that these are actually subsoilers, so it's a little bit different, but they are working the same as a chisel plough, kind of like these would as well. So this is kind of a US feel to it, I think. I don't think that we could put this one on the Kirovets. I think it's too big, but we could put this one here, which is a 4.8 meter plough. Failing that, I feel that the Kirovets, it would struggle a little bit, but I think it could cope with that Lemkin there, the Titan 11. However, it does feel a bit excessive, so we would probably go for this one, the Amazon Kron 200. It's a 3-meter plough. So just head into the comment section, and that's today's topic of conversation. What do you think about the different ploughs? Do you think we should go for an Eastern European type of plough, or generally European anyway? These moldboard ploughs are quite unusual these days to see in the States. You would see this, or just direct drill. And this one is supposed to be kind of like this, like a chisel plough. It's just a very a shallow kind of surface tilling that it doesn't turn the crop over. It leaves the residue from the previous crop on the surface in order to try and retain some of the moisture content in the soil, as far as I understand it. But I'm thinking of getting one of those ploughs and sticking it onto this Kirovets, so that as soon as that harvest is done, we can expand field 15 and field 20 over there and join them together. So we want to make those into one great big long field. We've got a lot of space over there, especially on each side, that we can expand it out. We don't need the road that is on either side of it either. Well, on the left-hand side now, as you're looking at the map, that road that goes up, we can completely plough that in. It's not going to make any difference. So there's a lot of space over there that we can claim, and I don't want to have to do it all with our tiny, tiny little plough. It's going to take far too long. Now, I've got to be really careful going across this bridge, because the steering is extremely sensitive with this machine, and I don't want to wind up going into the drink. So the first thing that we are going to do tomorrow is unload these pigs, and we can sort of see what we're doing with those, and after that, I'm not sure. I've got a few things that I'd like to do, but I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to do first, and there's a few new mods that have come out that I would like to take a quick look at as well. So I've got all sorts of things that are sort of up in the air, so tomorrow is going to be as much a surprise for you as it is for me, I've got to be honest, certainly at the moment anyway. But my question for this week is how many pigs would you like me to get? I'm going to buy a few more pigs. I've bought 21 pigs now. I'm thinking I'll probably buy a few more besides, and we're going to build our herd of pigs up. I was originally going for 100 pigs, and then I will sell anything I get over 100. And I think after 100 pigs, in 24 hours, I will get roughly 24 pigs. Maybe slightly less, but one of these trailers takes 21 pigs. So we'll get roughly a trailer load of pigs a day, which is 25,000 euros. I could wait and allow the pigs to build up some more, and then obviously we'll get more from them later on. So we'll do a few runs with the trailer, and we'll sell some direct from the yard here, depending on what we want to do on each particular day. But actually, it's entirely up to you. So do you want me to stop at 100 pigs and sell the excess, or do you want me to build up to 200 pigs, 300 pigs, or 400 pigs? It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know what you're voting for and why. And of course, don't forget to mouse over in the top right hand corner over the little white circle and actually cast your vote. I will unload these tomorrow. We can take a look at all the different details and everything. We don't have time today. I've gone on for plenty long enough. Look at all those happy piggies there. Fantastic. I really do like this one. I am just going to quickly skip up to the Belarus tractor up the top, and I'm going to start moving that one back down, and I will say fare thee well. Okay, I've come up here because I just wanted to show you, once again, I didn't really show you the sound of this tractor. It sounds good when it's going along. I'm going to leave the rollers here. Actually, you know, I really should pull them off of the children's playground. They're not going to be happy about this, but just listen to this tractor. That's fantastic. The sound as it starts up, I'm quite impressed with that. I gotta be honest. That does sound pretty good. It's not like it's not overwhelming, but at the same time, it's certainly a unique sound compared to a lot of what we're used to. So I'm just going to unhitch those there, and then once it gets to idle, sounds like an older tractor. That is what an older tractor sounds like. The tick over tends to be quite low, and especially with a second-hand tractor like this one is modelled on, you tell it's second-hand because that exhaust pipe is rusty as an old anchor. Look at it. Absolutely terrible. Even the details on the engine, on the side of the engine in there, the the manifold for the exhaust coming out the side of the engine, that is also completely rusted over. It's so well detailed. I really hope that front axle is in the right place, because if it's not, I mean, the details on the rest of the machine are so good. I'm going to be really disappointed if the axle is wrong on that when you've got all the rest of these details on it. Such an awesome little tractor. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.